Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. To my what? Channel. Hello and welcome back to my channel. So, as the title suggests, today I'm going to be eating your fear foods for the day. Some of you might be watching this though and being like, but Tal, what's a fear food? Why would you fear food? Well, you are damn right that nobody should. My toaster. I'm free. Just need the camera. No one should fear food because we all need food to survive and live, but unfortunately if you suffer from an eating disorder, food can be a little bit scary. So a fear food is a food or lots of different foods that you fear because you hold a negative connotation with them. For example, you might think that if you eat that food you will gain loads of weight. You might think that you will lose control if you start eating that food. You basically hold a negative connotation with that food. All right there, dog. So these fear foods can vary from person to person. Generally, people with eating disorders do tend to have the same food. So you'll see certain ones crop up quite a lot and there'll be kind of like a theme throughout them. Whereas they are really individual and they can be fear foods because they bring back a certain memory or things like that. So what I did was I put up some boxes on Instagram for people to put in their different fear foods, and I have looked through them all. There has been so many. So obviously I can't cover them all today, but if people like this video I can make a little like series thing. I've kind of picked out the ones which are quite popular, like most popular. So yeah, and the reason I'm doing this is not to trigger anybody because I don't want people to think, oh my gosh, why have people said that's their fear food when it's not my fear food? Because everybody has different reasons for having them as fear foods. I mean, at one point I had pears as a fear food. Like, it's a pear, like, you know, but nothing is stupid. I mean, okay, it is stupid because no fear should be food. No, it's too early. No food should be feared, and it's more that you have an irrational fear behind it, and that's what I want to point out, that it is irrational. You know, you're not going to gain a stone from eating a banana. Like, that is not possible. The thoughts that come along with these fear foods are very irrational. We usually try, yeah, that's my flip-flop's just fallen off. We usually try and avoid these fear foods because they create so much anxiety and guilt when we've eaten them and towards the build-up. But the problem is, if we don't face them, the anxiety is more than likely going to continue to increase, and one day, you know, we're probably going to be in a situation where we have to eat it. And why would you want to spend your life fearing food? No, we don't want that. So the only way to challenge them is to challenge them and eat them, and prove to yourself that these thoughts are irrational and it's your eating disorder that's making you fear them, not you, and that you deserve to eat them, enjoy them, because majority of these fear foods are like the best foods ever. So today I'm doing this video to show you that you can eat all your fear foods and nothing bad will happen at all. I've rambled. Let's go and get some breakfast. Woo! Woo! And we're in the kitchen and little Diz is on the floor. Hey Diz! Hey. So let's have a look what we've got today for breakfast. The lighting is awful. Maybe this way's all right. So for breakfast, I had quite a lot of different ones, but the main consensus seemed to be that granola is a big fear food. I was going to go out and buy some granola. Then I kind of was like, let's do something where I can incorporate several different ones into it. I found, big up Sainsbury's, this little bag of crunchy nut granola, and someone else said chocolate like further down, so it's actually got chocolate in it, which is like better as well. Got this little bag which I think is technically meant to just be like one, like your breakfast, which is ridiculous. Like, who would eat that for their breakfast? It's tiny, it's like that full. So I'm going to have that, and that's the granola, and a lot of other people said cereal as well, so I thought I'm going to do a combination. So we're going to have some granola with different cereals, because someone also said a like combination of different cereals is quite scary, and sugary cereals. So let me show you what I've got. Unfortunately, the majority of these aren't actually in their boxes because we have no room, because I have so many different types of cereal. We have some Frosties which are in this box, but I promise you they're Frosties. I'll show you a close-up if it will. I mean, look, you can see the sugar bit at the bottom. So this is all that remains of a 750 gram box of Frosties that I bought on Saturday. My point exactly. I like cereal. We also have some Rice Krispies, some bran flakes for that fibre, some cocoa shreddies, some of the white chocolate Cocoa Pops, which I found very, very, very disappointing. I mean, they're nice, they're edible, but for what they could have been and should have been, very disappointed. So, yes, the good old friend, the banana. The most probably feared, I was gonna say vegetable, it's not a vegetable, fruit that there is. And why? He's such a nice little fella. I mean, look at his little shape. It's like a smile, he's even smiling. Like I tell you what to smile. Banana is smiling at you. Eat the banana. So the banana is gonna go on with the cereal / granola, and we're gonna have a right little combo, right little party, cereal party in my bowl, then in my stomach. Hey, is that an eraser on the phone? Yeah, you're telling me I can't eat banana and granola and stuff? Yeah. Oh, that's a shame, because it's what I'm about to do. Can't pour out cereal and not test it. Let's put some cocoa shreddies on top. Go for a bit of white chocolate Cocoa Pop. Oh yeah. Peeling bananas is literally like one of my favourite things ever. It smells very banana-y. Question, how do you like your bananas? I like mine spotty. It's all about the spottiness. Okay, this bowl probably wasn't the best choice, but it's all kind of fitting. So I'm just gonna put my milk in and then let's go and eat it. So let's have a little chat about fear foods or Tal's eating. But it is on time lapse, so probably by the time I finish this sentence, she would have finished. Granola, potentially a fear food because it's a lot denser than normal cereal. It usually comes with nuts in, dried fruit, which also can be a fear food. Told you so. Sugary cereals. I guess having sugary cereals in the morning is kind of frowned upon. And again, most of these fear foods, a lot of the stigma behind them comes from society's perception of them and how they're labelled bad foods when no food should be labelled bad. You should just be able to enjoy them in moderation whenever you fancy. So yeah, having like high sugary cereals in the morning, maybe frowned upon, but sugar provides you with so much energy, and what's better than being fit for the day and having all the energy to run around and do all the things you need to do. Plus they taste nicer. Bananas, the most feared fruit out of all of them. Maybe it's because the texture's a lot more like, yeah. Another reason is bananas are often the higher calorie fruit, but they supply you with so much potassium, and they are great if you get cramp, because I used to get cramp a lot in the night, and if you eat banana, it sorts it out. Bananas aren't meant to be feared. They're very cute and they smile at you, and bananas eat them, monkeys eat them, and they're just great. And did you ever have those banana cases like in your lunchbox? I mean, I didn't. I was deprived of that. I don't know how I feel about them, because what if your banana's too big or not the right shape? I feel like it's a very stigmatized banana box, like every banana must be like that, and no banana's the same, just like no human's the same, so don't discriminate to bananas. A lot of people also said that unweighed cereal scared them out. As you can see, didn't weigh any cereals, and still here. I think nowadays though, with all like the portion sizes and stuff and how small they are, it's like ridiculous. So when people have more, they feel bad about it and they're like, oh well, I'm having more than the recommended serving size. And you've got to remember that in recovery you do need more than the average person. You know, you are trying to restore weight, and equally you are trying to repair damage that has been done. So ultimately you will need more than say a healthy individual. But even then, like a 30 gram cereal size is not going to fill an adult. It's probably for a 4-year-old child, and even my little niece will probably eat 3 times the amount of that. People also said that breakfast just in general fears them, but don't let it fear you. It's a cracking meal. So go and eat your breakfast if you haven't eaten it, even if it's like 4 o'clock, because cereal can be eaten any time of the day, and cereal in my opinion tastes better in the evening. But just putting that out there. I want to put this somewhere. Well, hello there people, and welcome back. I am in my car. Haven't seen my car before. This is a Lava. Everybody say hello to Lava. Hi Lava, hi Lava. I am off to get my night snack ready for this evening, because you guys said that cake and things like that were scary. So I thought I'd drive a very, very special, I can't even see what I'm doing. Why have I got my sunglasses on? It's not even that sunny. Person to their cake shop and get some of their amazing goods, because guys, I should tell you, they're brilliant. Anyway, see you on the other side. Cute, it's my key ring. It's a ladybird. Right, let's go, because I've been sat here for like 10 minutes raving to music. Woo! We're going! We have the good. I've got a giant wedgie. Hello, and we are back for lunchtime. A lot of people, they said that having a hot lunch was quite a big fear. I thought I'd have a hot lunch, and a lot of people also said like pasta, and then also for evening meals, lots of people said pasta and spaghetti. I thought what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a hot lunch and I'm gonna have pasta, and I've got quite a lot of veg that I need to use up, so I'm gonna have like a veg pasta hot meal thing. And then someone also did say tuna, so gonna have that with it as well. Ew. Don't like this part because I can never think in my head like what to do first. Oh, and by the way, you're on the good old trusty Cocoa Pops box. Although this is actually a different box of Cocoa Pops. I have 3 more left in my cupboard. In for a treat, we've got 2 different types of pasta. Tricolour one, the curly whirly one. We've got some whole wheat penne. We're not keen on the penne shape. What's your favourite shape pasta? I feel like at each stage we're gonna have to have a question. I'm all for the curly whirly. I'm also going to be using some of this rub. It's really nice. It's from Spice and Tice. So if you use the discount code, you can get 20% off, LFT20, just to let you know. Cooking pasta is actually something I've always struggled with because I never know how much to use, and I either do too much or not enough. Okay, this is a big saucepan. Is that enough? I mean, it's like 2 handfuls of each, but I've been trying to pick out the different colours because green seems to be dominating in here. What about the poor little white one? I like him. Or yellow, whatever. It's just really about waiting for it to be done, really. Shall we have a little chat? Let's have a chat. Okay, how are you today? You good? Good. I'm good as well. I've been and got my night snack and that's it. I've walked the dog, but my dog doesn't really like to be walked. So she literally went out the house and then came back in. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see my stories of my dog being very lazy. Oh, we're bubbling. We're bubbling. It might be a bit noisy now because the extractor fan's on. Back on the Cocoa Pops and slightly wonky, but we'll roll with it. What I don't like is the fact that you open a window or a door and then it's like you're in I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here, because you're just swarmed by flies and moths and anything else that decides to come in your house. I don't want to be swarmed by moths or flies, especially not daddy long legs, because I hate those things. They freak me out. It's out! Go! Go! Yes! It's out. When I'm hungry and I want food, I just want to eat it now. I don't want to have to wait. Hurry up. But talking about fear foods, let's go back onto the topic. So, let's just check the pasta. It's all good. How to go around challenging fear food. So what I did was I made a list of all the things that I feared. So like sweet things, savoury things. I did one where I put them all like in a hat, kind of like I did on one of my previous videos. And then I picked them out. So you could always do it in like that, you segment them into like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and then pick one out, and maybe you could do one every other day to start with, and then maybe build it up to like 1 every day, then 2 a day. Or what you could also do is you could write them all down and then kind of colour code them, as in like red, orange, green. Red being the highest fear food you have, orange being like medium, and then green being like it's scary but like you could potentially go and do it. Yeah, and also what I did, I used to love cakes and chocolate and everything, and then obviously I deprived myself of them. So what I actually did was I got my mum to once a week pick me a night snack. I remember the first time she did it and I was absolutely petrified. I think it was a rainbow cake from Selfridges. I was so scared and I ate it and it was amazing. Like, I loved it. And then every week we'd do it on like the same day and I wouldn't know what it was until she'd like give it me. It kind of got to the point where I was actually looking forward to it. I started doing it twice a week and then 3 times a week. I then went to, this is when I was at my new sixth form, and I saw a cake shop, Hannah, that being yours, and I got myself, and I rang up my mum and I was like, you're choosing my snack today, but I think I found a shop which has really good cakes, and she was like, get a slice. So I got a slice and it was huge. It was absolutely huge. And then from that point onwards, I was able to go out and kind of buy myself them. So I'd go once, twice a week to Hannah's and get cake, and that's how it kind of built up. Unknown calories for me were like a huge thing. I always had to know exactly what I was having. Being able to go pick it myself, having to make that decision, kind of put that responsibility on myself, was such a huge step. And then I really enjoyed doing it, and that's kind of how I got back onto like my cake and chocolates and stuff. If I can do that, so can you. If you don't challenge them, you're never gonna face them. Nearly forgot about the tuna. I apologise to my mum for this. She hates tuna, she hates the smell of it, I can't do these ring things. Yeah, she hates tuna, so I apologise for the smell. I will clear it all up. Oh my god, it does stink. Ah! I hate these. Oh, okay. We're there. Eat pasta, recover pasta. Right, so I'm going to try and assemble it. Oh my gosh, I need a bigger bowl. Like, look, already. Just a mound. I don't even see the pasta in it. This is such a mound. Okay, now let's just put the remaining pasta on the top. Tuna is the end product. Wowza. Look at that. And so it's not dry. I've also got some soy sauce. Let's go. Oh, I'm gonna go outside as well. It's just a mound of food. Right, let's get ready and eat. While Talia's continuing to eat her lunch, let's talk about this type of fear food, pasta. Why would pasta be a fear food? Well, pasta might be that you've seen things out in the media that tell you shouldn't eat pasta and carbs. You know, carbs aren't bad for you. They provide you with so much energy, and without them, you won't have energy. And it is cheap. Yes, for students, we like the cheap things in life. Don't be scared of pasta. Pasta's your friend, I promise. Simple as, really. Second one being a cooked meal at lunchtime. Maybe it's because having a hot meal at lunchtime is like you feel as if you're having your evening meal, which is probably going to be a hot meal. But if you think about it like this, you make a sandwich for lunch, okay, that's a cold meal. So you've got, I don't know, your cheese sandwich. You then put it in a toasty maker, it's then hot. But it's exactly the same sandwich that you made, you've just heated it up. And also, when you were younger, you used to go to school and you'd have hot lunches, and then you'd probably come back and have a dinner in the evening as well. Really, it's not that different. Children eat 2 hot meals a day. They're more than happy running around. Think how much life children have. They can run and scream and play for hours. They have so much energy. Okay, so my camera is flashing at me that it's gonna die, but the good timing because I've literally got 1 piece left. So, apologies for the brief departure at lunch, but Camilla decided to die. And if you didn't know that, Camilla is my camera. I've named my camera, okay? I am sad. Deal with it. I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat some chocolate. And I'm training myself to like dark chocolate at the moment, hence why I've got a Bourneville, but they're actually really nice. Now, chocolate is something that 100 million gazillion trillion % should not be feared. And I think the reason it is feared is because it's labelled as like a bad food, but no food is bad, and I will say it time and time again until I go blue like my top. I deprived myself of chocolate when it was my favourite thing, and now I eat it every single day. I am still alive and rocking. Instead of throwing yourself in like full force, it might be better to introduce it slowly. So instead of just getting a chocolate bar, maybe have something that has chocolate in it, like, I don't know, a cereal which has got like chocolate chips in it, or something that you think you could eat but has got a little bit of chocolate in, and then kind of build your way up. All the thought that surrounding these fear foods are all irrational and illogical. You aren't going to gain a stone from eating a chocolate butter. I've just eaten one and I look the same. Don't listen to your head. If your head tells you not to eat it, you do the complete opposite and you go and eat it, and that is an order. So it's pretty much dinner time. The most feared food for dinner was pizza. hands down. So many of you said pizza, so that's what I'm having. I did also ask you guys what type of pizzas, as in like takeaways, known calories, unknown calories, scare you the most. I literally did like a little tally of all the ones that they said, and literally all of them were pretty much identical. So I am going to Sainsbury's, so that covers a supermarket, and Sainsbury's also have a pizza counter. That kind of counts as someone else making the pizza. Thirdly, the pizzas are unknown calories, so that covers that. And fourthly, they can cook them there, so you can take them away, so technically it's a takeaway. So I'm basically covering all aspects. So let's go get my pizza. Pizza was a huge fear of mine, wasn't it, Mum?
Very much so.
Do you remember?
Oh God.
I hadn't had pizza in about 5 years, and we went to London to see The Lion King, and we went to a place called Fire and Stone, I think it was called.
Yes.
In like Covent Garden. It was so good. Do you remember it?
It was lovely, very thin, and
it was so nice. Put your belt on. And I said from that day that I would never deprive myself of pizza again, and I have stuck to those words. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Look what we got. Oh, good. Now that is what you call a good pizza. Gone, demolished. Thank you very much, Sainsbury's, for delivering the goods literally 5 minutes from my house. Now, question is, do you prefer the crust of the pizza or like the middle bit with all the pieces? I prefer the middle bit. And the crust has to be like doughy, but a thin base. That's my pizza preference. State your pizza preferences below. I'd be honoured to hear them. Come on, take another little pizza, my heart now. I just got changed into my pyjamas just before Love Island starts, and I'm going to get ready my night snack. Here is my bag of goodies I got from Cakes a Daisy, which is owned by Millie. I'm so excited. So the majority of Fear Foods for snacks were things like chocolate, cakes, biscuits. I have got a slice of carrot cake, which is like one of my favourite cakes ever. A Biscoff and white chocolate Rocky Road, because that then kind of covers like Biscoff and white chocolate and a bake. And a cookie, which came up quite a lot, and it's a caramel cookie. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. So I'm going to plate these up and I'll show you what they are. So here we have the caramel cookie. Millie gave me the biggest one. And this carrot cake. Look how good that looks. Oh my lord. And the Biscoff and white chocolate Rocky Road. Oh, I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm now going to go and enjoy that. And I've got my tea mug and another mug, because have to have your dunking mug and your drinking mug. But that's going to conclude my eating your Fear Foods for the day, and I really hope you enjoyed it. The point of the video, I guess, was just to show you that no food is bad. No food is going to harm you at all. The only thing that's going to harm you is if you listen to your eating disorder and you obey it. If you've got fears, the only way to face them is to challenge them and to prove to yourself that nothing bad is going to happen if you eat that piece of cake, if you eat that pizza, if you eat that pasta at lunchtime. I've eaten all your Fear Foods and I'm still here. I don't look any different. I've enjoyed it because I've enjoyed everything I've eaten and it's been great. I'll just have a quick cheeky little nibble of this cake. You can't beat carrot cake in my opinion. That's so good, so thank you, Millie. Boom. Absolutely banging. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. I've had loads of suggestions of Fear Foods, and if people want me to do this again, I'm more than happy to, because it was brilliant. This week, your challenge is to make a list of your Fear Foods and just do at least one of them. And I want you to take a picture of yourself doing it and send it to me on Instagram, and that will honestly mean the world to me. And it's just a step in your recovery, and you can do it. I believe in you, and if you need any help or guidance on the way, just give me a DM and I will help you as much as I can. Question for night snack: what's your favourite type of cake? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and you know what's coming. Keep smiling, my friends.